I've been waiting weeks, counting the days for these Nike Vomero 5s to finally drop. Hey guys, welcome back to another video. My name is Jeffrey, and today we're going to be doing a review on the Nike Vomero 5 in the Supersonic colorway. Now, when I tell you that I was doing my research to find out exactly when these were going to drop, I mean it. I needed these the moment I saw them, and it's because it's going to be the first Nike Vomero 5 that I actually own. I've passed on so many colorways that have come out, beautiful colorways by the way, the original ones that came out first, the ones that came out right after that with the little blue hit, the little blue and brown and beige, the beautiful one for the women, which was the white and silver hits. But these I was never gonna let go. It's a beautiful sneaker that we're gonna be breaking down today. So let's start the review. So the sneaker comes in your classic orange Nike box, and on the tag it actually reads Nike Zoom Vomero 5 PRM, and the colorway is pale ivory, white, and light bone. And I picked these up in a size 10. And so here's the sneaker in all of its glory. So the first thing first is we're going to talk about the bottom of the sneaker. Let's just get that out of the way real fast. On the bottom there's a bunch of colors, a bunch of things going on. So I'm gonna quickly point out what's happening here. So the first color that's going to be on the bottom is actually this translucent beige that's going to be in the middle and the tip of the sneaker. The second color is going to be this sort of beige, sort of like brown oatmeal light color with a little bit of speckled paint in the bottom. There's actually a cream shank at the bottom middle, and that's going to help you with support for your foot. And then there's some black hits that are under the oatmeal part of the bottom of the sneaker. And the final color is going to be this light, I'm gonna say it's the light bone part, because light bone and pale ivory honestly sound like a sort of shade of beige, to be honest. But I'm gonna go ahead and say the light bone is the blue part. I'm sorry if I'm messing that up. I'm sorry if that's actually the pale ivory. Let's move on to the midsole of the sneaker. The midsole is actually extremely simple to break down. It consists of the Nike Zoom technology, and it says cushion right here embossed in the midsole. As you can see, there's a hit of black that goes around the heel counter, and on the midsole is actually just two tones of beige, one more yellow than the other, and that wraps around the whole midsole. And moving on to the uppers of the sneakers, starting with the heel counter, you can see we have this piece of hard plastic in the light bone colorway right here, and it's actually really like stiff plastic right there. Very good for ankle support, extremely good for ankle support. Above that we have this Nike swoosh on the back on what seems to be this blackish grayish, definitely reflective material. You can just tell when something's reflective, you can already see it. Moving towards the middle of the sneaker, we actually have this piece of synthetic material right here, and just like on the back, on top of the synthetic part is actually two pieces of 3M. And honestly, that's going to be a very repeating pattern. There's 3M hits all over the sneaker. I'm going to just throw up a clip right here so you can see exactly everywhere there's a 3M. And the best part about this is actually that it reflects blue 3M when you're taking a photo, when you're taking video and stuff like that. When you see it far away outside in the dark and the light hits the sneaker, it's blue 3M that's going to reflect off this. And moving towards the middle of the sneaker, we see the Nike swoosh, and it's actually going to be the only white part of the sneaker alongside the laces also. Now under the Nike swoosh is actually going to be this soft plastic that's actually glow in the dark. So again, it's going to be glow in the dark blue. In case you guys didn't know that, this sneaker does glow in the dark blue in some areas. So I'm going to just knock out the areas real fast. So it's going to be this part under the swoosh that goes in the dark. The brightest part of the sneaker that goes in the dark is going to be the back heel counter right here, this little plastic hard part. On the bottom of the sneaker, any part that's actually sort of translucent, that part is going to be glow in the dark also. Going towards the front of the sneaker, we actually have these beautiful black hits that run from the middle to the toe box. Those are all 3M reflective, and they reflect blue. On the very front of the sneaker, we actually have this like mudguard or toe cap area, which is actually going to be a leather right here, and in the leather is going to be two hits of 3M on both sides. Now this 3M is different. It doesn't actually go blue 3M. Any of the gray hits are actually going to be a very bright white 3M that when you record with flash, you're gonna barely be able to tell that it's actually like that. So moving up to the laces of the sneaker, in the eyelet area, it's actually going to be this nice soft suede. Under the laces, the tongue is actually composed of two different colorways. It's actually a black and a ivory sort of colorway. Very soft, very plush tongue, and I understand why people say that these are one of the most comfortable Nike sneakers now, because it's actually so soft to the touch, so plush. On the tongue we have the tab right here that actually says Vomero 5 in the same blue that the glow in the dark actually reaches. Running along down the tongue is actually going to be a gray strip where the laces can intertwine, and all over the toe box and all over the heel we're going to actually have this mesh, and that's going to be in the white ivory colorway. And I believe that is everything covered on top of the sneaker. Absolutely insane detailing. I will say that the inside is obviously of extremely plush black sock lining right here. So one last thing, and for detail's sake, is actually I'm gonna remove the insoles of the sneakers. I actually don't know if you're supposed to remove the inserts, but it's actually done in this nice blue and black colorway, and Nike logos on the bottom. that are done in white. It's going to be done in the same blue that the Nike Vomero 5 lettering on the tongue is done in, and the same blue that the glow in the dark glows to. So that's pretty cool. So that was the review of the sneaker. Let me just go over a couple of things. I actually paid $175 for these plus tax. It actually came out to $190 with 54 cents. New York tax, what can you do? They're a beautiful, beautiful sneaker. If you're on the fence about whether you should buy them or not, here's your sign. I'm literally giving you the sign. Buy these sneakers. Now, before we go on to the sizing, if you found any part of this video useful, or liked any part of this video, or like my content, please consider hitting that subscribe button. I'm trying to get 1,000 subscribers by the end of the year. Hopefully that's a goal I can hit. Now let's go over sizing real fast. I'm going to go over comfortability and fit of the sneaker also. Now my foot measures as a true size 10, and it's actually slightly on the wider side, and for these I actually picked them up in the size 10, US 10, and honestly they fit me absolutely perfectly, no problems, very, very comfortable. And no issues with the sizing right there. Just go your true size. You will not regret it. That's all you got to do. For instance, if you need help, I go down to a size 9.5 in 990 V3s, 990 V4s. My dunks, I go a size 10 in my dunks. Hopefully that helps you real fast decide what size you should get in these. And hopefully you hit if you're actually trying to buy these. Now, the fit of the sneaker, actually, the toe box is actually kind of wide as compared to other, fits of other sneakers. And I actually appreciate that because my foot is slightly wide, and I absolutely hate when the sides of my feet actually hurt by the end of the day, but these look like they will accommodate me. Now the comfort on these, as compared to Kayano 14s, which is going to be the only sneaker I compare it to in this video, I will say that off the bat these felt more comfortable because of the plushness of the sock liner than the Kayano 14s. But honestly, for me, it's still a coin flip. I would need to wear these for a couple of more days to give you my true answer. Maybe I'll put it in the description. It might end up leaning towards these as the most comfortable sneaker that I own. So yeah, that was my review of these beautiful, beautiful Nike Vomero 5s that are my first pair ever, and I'm actually extremely happy. Honestly, for someone that has all these beautiful New Balances that I deem 10 out of 10s, and all these amazing Asics that I deem 10 out of 10, to be this excited for a pair of Nike Vomero 5s is absolutely saying something. If you don't own a pair, I absolutely recommend you buying this as your first pair to try them around. And honestly, such a nice, fun pair, such a unique pair. You cannot go wrong with this. Just all the reflection and the glow in the dark and all the beautiful layering of black, bone, gray, white. Absolutely almost a 10 out of 10 sneaker. Probably the Vomero of the year, in my opinion, and most people's opinion. This is going to be the Nike Vomero of the year. Alright, so the on-foot portion is going to be the next part of the video. Thank you for watching. I'm out of here. Peace.